Hi guys, my name is Temperance Tally. I haven't jumped on here in a while, and so here is just a little bit of a life update. I'll start with the most important. I got a new puppy. His name is Shikamaru, but we just call him Maru. He's a puppy, so he's biting on everything, even the hair that takes me 8 hours to do. But he's been an absolute joy. And a Peabody. Peeing everywhere. The next update is I auditioned for a local play in my hometown and I actually got a part. I'll be playing Bianca from The Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare, and I'm super excited to be a part of it. Maru, please try to be good. I'm really excited to be a part of the production. It's kind of like my first time on stage for the first time. Theater has always been kind of difficult for me, but it's always been kind of fun to tackle what makes me feel uncomfortable. So I'm really excited to be part of this production. So if you're ever in the middle of nowhere, Fresno, come and check us out at Second Space. It's gonna be a good time. The next update, and it's probably the hardest to talk about, is I'm kind of losing my job. There's been a lot of federal cuts lately, and it's been affecting a lot of federal programs in the United States, but also a lot of state programs. As you can imagine, seeing huge programs kind of be defunded, or should I say reorganized, it can be pretty jarring. And it causes a lot of anxiety, a lot of people feeling uprooted, a lot of people just feeling scared and full of anxiety when so many things are moving so fast and different emails and different communications are being given to you at any one time, until eventually you finally get that email that says that you can't return to work. Now, that hasn't happened to us. We are so lucky that we've had advocates to turn us into temporarily hourly worker until our term has ended, which is in a few months. I would like to say this is kind of like a mixed bag, because some people are really feeling very grateful that they still kind of have a job for the next 3 months while they're looking for something bigger. And I also feel like there's another part that feels like they should jump ship very quickly and kind of see what else is out there. Everyone did a little bit of a different thing with my program. For me, I was in my hometown and I was planting trees. And it was very fun. I enjoyed every single minute of it. I'm really glad that I was able to serve. And at the same time, no job is perfect. No job is going to give you everything you want. Really, I truly believe this. And at the same time, instead of seeing this transition period on whether you're going to take the hourly wage or whether you're going to see what else is out there for you, for me, although programs are getting smaller, and I think there's always a stigma about going back into the workforce, job hunting, being without a job as you're job hunting, the only thing I can say to that is get off the internet, because the more you look at everybody else's lives, the more your life will seem small and insignificant. And it's not. There's still a lot of great opportunities out there. To me, I see a horizon, something that is peeking light over everything, saying there's opportunity, you are competent, you are capable, you are smart. You know, just because something was defunded does not mean that it had anything to do about what you're capable of doing next. And that's how I feel. Now, a little bit of me is like, I enjoy planting trees in my hometown. I planted with a zoo, I planted on a highway, I planted with the elementary schools that I've always grown around. I've, been able just to go to different areas of town that I've never been, and it's been truly a remarkable time. And at the same time, I do feel like there are a lot of great missions out there. Side quest, short term, getting money to collect just to live in the town that you want to live. I've always wanted to live on the coast. I've always wanted to get into surfing, and so I feel like that's a lot of my motivation. It takes a lot to move, especially when you kind of are considering leaving a job. But you know, there's something to me about weighing, like, should I move to the coast and find a job and kind of set up there and see how I feel for a while? Or should I stay here in my hometown, finish out my term, and then find a job here? Or go back to school in my hometown because they have a really nice creative writing program. They do. It's award winning. The last Pulitzer Prize winner was at my hometown. I took a class with her. It was amazing. Anyways, I also feel like myself, I'm still growing, and it feels like there are growing pains here in this place where I live. It feels like it's hard to try to be a different person because I've always been the same person in my hometown. And so the challenges and exposure that moving has to me is very compelling, especially since, you know, I'm not so trapped in the mindset of, you know, big career title. You know, I'm fine with working somewhere so at the end of the day I can go put my feet in some water or be able to buy my tea. And it also gives me access to new friends. I've had the same friends for years, and I love you guys through and through, and I want to see variations in my life that seems to be hard to do in my hometown. So it's a big decision, and it can't happen overnight, and I am not rich by comparison, but I do know how to hustle, and I do know that sometimes it takes working a lot to sustain yourself and a few months of being unsteady and maybe eating rice and beans until you get to the point of, well, breathing comfortably. But life will always have pitfalls? Not pitfalls. Turns? Not turns, but life will always have change. I'm discovering this as much as you're discovering this, so if I'm not making any sense, well, I'm still figuring it out. That was my life update. Comment down below what your life dates up are. I hope something wonderful is happening to you, but if it's not, I still want to root for you, so comment down below and maybe I can send you a couple of good vibes. We're all trying out there. We really are. Alright, I'll catch you in the next one. So long, Hotman. Oh, by the way, if you like my face and want to see more of my face, let me know by liking this video, subscribing, and commenting. It helps me out just to know that there are people who actually do want to see a video of me online. It really does. But you can also just be like, sending you good vibes. And if you guys are into sending vibes or manifestation or prayer, be praying that that job opens up for me, whatever it is. I'm excited to see. All right, for real. Bye. See you guys in the next one. So long, Hotman.